Nobody wins when the family feels.
Ms. Kashayla Robinson, are you present? If you will, please raise your hand. Where is she? Oh, she did step out? Okay, she's not going to be allowed back into this courtroom. Her Facebook has been live streaming this proceedings and specifically live streamed this witness who asked that her face not be shown. That's why our cameras did not show her face.
What I've come to learn
Yes?
is that is actually the witness's account.
And how is her account live streaming her face? So that means someone in here has an electronic device that is on and functioning. And I have told everyone in here that they are not allowed to have that. So whoever has that phone and was live streaming this, you will not be allowed in this courtroom. Who has Ms. Robinson's phone? Someone obviously must have.
I don't know if it's just to inquire. I don't know if there's a way, because I know the case is live streaming.
Her face was not shown on the video screen that we have. The camera that we have up there has been showing the carpet, which I'm looking at right here on my monitor during her testimony. What I have been advised is that her face was being shown on a live stream of Facebook, and that could only occur if someone's electronic device in the audience was on. I cannot stress this enough, ladies and gentlemen, but unless you are credentialed media, you are not to be having any cameras, video, audio devices on in this courtroom. And if we find you with that, you will be excused from this courtroom. So we need to find out from Ms. Robinson who had a phone or who has her Facebook account, because you are excused. That is not acceptable when a witness has requested that her face not be shown on the camera. You all have to follow the court rules just like the attorneys do, just like the defendants do, just like the jurors do. Otherwise, you will be excused from this courtroom.
Fam, today day 6. And you can tell out the gate that the judge wasn't having it. Now, it seemed like that was a good judge. She was handling business and still keeping her composure while trying to keep a fair courtroom. Fam, this queso trial full of fireworks. Things opened up with testimony from the once head of label, Mr. Superior, tied to queso's music. And it quickly spiraled into major moments that could reshape how this case plays out. Superior was grilled on everything from his knowledge to queso's appearance back in 2019 on a California trip, to whether queso's father actually played a role in the rapper's career. The state even tried to sneak in questions about a drill rap and dead children, which immediately got stricken. Now, the audio for the lawyer wasn't heard. You can only hear the questions from the state and from the defense. So I pretty much tell you what he had to say in this intro. But also came the testimony of Queso's sister, Kashayla Robinson. Unlike Queso's record label, his sister showed up to court, not via Zoom. Now, we was able to hear her on the stand, but we wasn't able to get an image. But upon her own record, she decided to stream the entire event via her Facebook Live. It was her Facebook Live that made the courtroom go into a debacle. On top of that, it seemed like during cross-examination, the state tried to chirp her up, but she stayed locked in for the state. But she was brought in by the defense. And I'll let you know one key moment that she mentioned while being cross-examined. That video that we all saw with the perpetrator running to kill Charles McCormick in that shopping center parking lot, she mentioned she didn't know for sure, but she had a gut feeling that was her brother. Huh? You get up there to say facts, not what you think. But that's where we at in day 6. So without wasting too much time, fam, we're going to hear from Queso's sister. But I'm going to come in between so you guys can stay on point with the state, the defense, and being cross-examined. And we're going to try to get the most of 8 hours in less than 40 minutes. But before we go over this, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to jump right to it. Now, as mentioned, the defense is who brung Queso's sister. But this was kind of shocking to the judge. And she mentioned that the first person who approached Queso's sister was Queso's attorney. Check it out.
All right, defense, you may call your next witness.
Three to 4 bedroom.
How many people lived there at the time that you knew?
So it was my dad, Kenyatta, which is his baby mom, my brothers, me. All of us had access to the home. So
when you say all of you had access to the home, is it all the siblings or is it everyone or?
all the siblings and Kind of whoever close to us too, but all of us all the siblings, we all had keys.
Who would be the closest, would you say, in that group that would be coming and going, just so that we have an idea?
My siblings.
Okay, so I'm just going to throw out some names. How many siblings do you have?
It's a total of 11 of us.
Okay, so Abdul Robinson Jr., is that a sibling of yours?
Yes, that's my brother.
Okay. Was he living in the home?
Yes.
Okay. Does he have also a nickname?
Yes, Kareem.
Kareem, okay. Was Hakeem Robinson living in the home?
Yes.
Was that the only home he was living in at the time?
He always was in between his mom and his dad, well, our dad.
Okay, but his mother is it's a different location,
Yes.
so you'd bounce back and forth.
Yes.
I know there's another Abdul Robinson brother. Did he live there too?
I believe he was incarcerated still around that time.
Okay. And then anyone else of importance that you know would come and go, that you can think of now? I know it's 5 years later.
All of my siblings, my dad, Kenyatta, the people who lived there.
Okay, now drawing your attention to, so during that time, would you see Hakeem Robinson a lot?
Yes.
Okay. You were familiar with, for example, his height and his weight?
Yes.
Okay, you'd see him in regular clothes, sleeping clothes, all type of clothes?
Of course.
Okay. And then there came a time later in September of 2020 where he was arrested,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Was your dad arrested at the same time?
Yes.
At that time, was a video released on the media about what is the subject of the case that we are here for today?
Yes.
There were several videos that were released into the media,
Yes.
right? The one I want to focus on is the one that was depicted of a strip mall, which showed someone shooting the victim in this case.
Yes.
Did you see that video?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And how many times would you say that you saw that video?
It circulated around the world, the internet, so I would say I've seen it numerous of times.
Okay. And knowing what you know of your brother, when you saw that video, what was your opinion of who the person was?
I immediately said, excuse my language, hell no. I was like, wow.
And how did you what was it about looking at the video and then knowing what you know about your brother that led you to come to that conclusion?
So if I can give a description of how I describe my brother, I would say that I call him fat, slew-footed, which we would say 2 left feet. I call him stocky and tallest. He tall. He's a giant to me.
Okay, and how tall are you, just to give the jury some reference?
I'm 5'4".
Okay. And so as you describe him to you, he's a giant.
Yes.
And so when you looked at this, is that what it was that, in your opinion, made you believe that it was not him?
It was honestly being a sibling and a sister. It was the intuition, the gut feeling of just like almost if you know, you know. So it was gutting, but seeing it initially, I was just like, hell no.
Okay. No further questions, Judge.
All right.
Now, next was cross-examination from the state. And you can tell, fam, at this point, you don't know if she was there for the defense or the state. Because the state kind of tripped her up when asking her the size of her brother. Also, when asking her initial reaction when first seeing that surveillance footage of the perpetrator who allegedly killed Charles McCormick. But then she also helped the defense when speaking on her dad gave all her sons different phones. Check it out.
So, Ms. Robinson, it's true when Abdul Robinson Sr., your father, indicates that Hakeem Robinson was living with him. That's true.
That's true.
And you were there too.
Yes.
And your father certainly would have had contact with Hakeem Robinson during the period of time he was living with him.
He contacted all of us.
Yeah, okay. And is it fair to say that everyone in that house had multiple phones?
Yes.
And I think you've indicated that you even have multiple phones.
Yes, I have 2.
And Abdul Jr. had multiple phones.
Yes.
And Hakeem had multiple phones.
Yes, we've had multiple.
And that Abdul Robinson Sr., that he would provide sometimes that for y'all as a father giving to his children.
For myself,
Yes.
I took care of myself.
Okay, well, good
but
for
he
you.
took care of his son, so yes, he would.
Okay, so he would provide them things like phones.
Yes.
When Charles McCormick Little Buck, you've heard of him?
I heard of Charles McCormick.
Okay. And you were aware of, before your brother ever got arrested, you were aware of a disc track that he sang making fun of Willie Addison. You remember that?
Yes.
And you were aware of that.
Yes, I was.
And the defendant was aware of that.
Yes.
In fact, Leroy Whitaker was aware of that as well.
We all who are associated with each other are aware of that.
Okay. And just so to be clear, Leroy Whitaker and the defendant Hakeem Robinson are cousins,
Yes, they are.
and they're close.
Yes, they're cousins.
And so the whole group, including Abdul Sr., Abdul Jr., and the two defendants, were upset about this Charles McCormick making fun of the death of Willie Addison.
We all were.
Yeah. And so that was discussed among the group.
We all were upset.
And one of the reasons for being upset is that McCormick was in 6 Block, this other group, correct?
We were upset that he was dissing my dead brother, Willie Addison.
Okay. And Leroy Whitaker was upset, and Hakeem Robinson was upset.
We all were upset.
Just want to sure. And Hakeem Robinson was in, referred to the group was ATK, correct?
He was the brother of Willie Addison.
Okay, so Hakeem Robinson, this was his stepbrother, I think, correct?
Yeah, we all acted as blood.
Right, but he was like his blood brother. He was that close to Willie Addison.
Yeah, we were blood.
Okay. So he knew who he was.
Of course.
So, Hakeem Robinson, he's right-handed, right?
From my knowledge, yeah.
Yeah.
But-
I mean, you've lived with him for 20.
yeah, that's my brother, so I would say right-handed, yes.
Okay. But it'd probably be weirder if you were left-handed. You would notice that, right?
I don't think left-handers are weird.
Okay,
so-
well, unusual, not weird. That's a better word.
No, not unusual. If he's left-handed, he's left-handed. If
He's right-handed.
He's right-handed.
Right, okay, let's get past that. So you saw the internet stuff, and you didn't participate in this crime in any way.
Absolutely not.
You didn't pick up Leroy Whitaker and Dominique Barner.
Absolutely not.
You didn't drive them away from the scene, any of that stuff.
I did not.
Okay. Showing you what's been entered into evidence at Stakes Exhibit 230. I'm just going to do it like this. You recognize?
Yes, yes, I do.
And the person on the right is,
Hakeem.
and the person on the left is,
Leroy.
and do these photographs fairly and accurately depict the way Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker looked in January of 2020?
Yes.
Show you a couple more things. I think I have to use this. Where's the desktop? Okay, there we go. Okay, showing you what's been entered into evidence at State's Exhibit. Excuse me, Defense Exhibit 3. You see that photograph on your screen, Ms. Robinson?
Yes.
Does that fairly and accurately depict Hakeem Robinson in January of 2020?
Yes.
And what do we see in his right hand there?
A phone. Oh. A phone. Sorry.
And finally, Mr. Cooper may need, I think I can get to it. Does it show? Smith has the video. I'm showing you states 192. You see that on the screen?
Yes.
And you see Hakeem Robinson in the smaller box?
Yes, I do.
Is Mr. Robinson wearing a black and gray two-tone sweatsuit?
Yes, he's wearing a Nike sweatsuit.
And you've seen him wear that before?
Yes.
You've seen him wear that in the time period leading up to this homicide?
Yes. And I just wanted to clarify because you said leading up to this homicide. Like you, because you said.
January of 2020 is the,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Oh, yes.
I wasn't trying to trick you. The defendant, Hakeem Robinson, as we sit here today, is bigger than he was in January of 2020.
Slightly, yes, but he's always been just about that size. He has picked up a slightly amount of weight, and his hair has grown, but he's definitely Hakeem that I know.
I understand that. He's put on weight since January of 2020.
Slightly, yes.
Okay. Well, you didn't tell me slightly an hour ago. You said he was bigger, and now you're changing it to slightly.
Well, you asked me, was he bigger? I clarified. Well, you said significantly, and I clarified that significantly was a big word to explain this person. So I clarified to you that he was about and slightly the same size. Because you said, did you use significant?
Yes. I'll ask a question, and you can respond, since we're in a little difficult position here. I asked you if he was significantly bigger, and you would not say that he was significantly bigger, correct?
Correct.
But then we both agreed that he was bigger today. You never said
Yes.
the word slightly, correct?
All right, he's bigger today.
Okay, so you would agree that he's bigger today than he was in January of 2020?
Yes, not significantly bigger.
Okay, well, I didn't ask that, did I?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Robinson. I have no further questions.
Next, it was more or less clarity from Scotty's attorney, trying to distance her client from the actual crime scene.
I've been quiet for a long time this morning. And I like to talk. Good morning, ma'am. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Ma'am, you're familiar with my client, Mr. Leroy Whitaker?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And he's been referred to your home on the one you used to live with your dad?
Yes, he has.
Okay. And you mentioned that, actually, first, let me back up. In terms of siblings, who's older, yourself or Hakeem?
Myself.
Okay, and if you don't mind me asking, how much older are you than him?
A year?
Okay. And Willie Addison was older than you, ma'am?
Yes, he was.
How much older than you was he?
Um,
And I realize this might
5 years. It's a lot of us. We rarely remember each other birthdays and dates, and we don't. So sorry if when you ask me about these times, because it's a lot of us. So the birthdays and stuff is a little.
completely understand. But you think roughly about 5 years older than yourself?
Yes.
And you're a year older than Hakeem?
Yes.
Okay. Leroy Whitaker is substantially younger than you, correct?
He is.
Okay. Back in 2020, Hakeem was 21 years old. Does that sound about right?
Yes, it does.
So you would have been about 22, right?
Yes.
Leroy Whitaker was 19, right?
Yes.
And so Willie, had he lived, would have been, if you were 22, he would have been about 27, 28.
Correct.
And it sounds like maybe about 27 when he was killed.
Right.
Okay. Leroy Whitaker didn't have any kind of a relationship with Willie Addison, did he?
Not from my knowledge at all.
Okay. I don't have anything further, Your Honor. Thanks.
All right, thank you. And read.
Here today, has Hakeem Robinson shrunk between 6 inches to a feet in 5 years?
No, he's still a giant.
Okay. Has he put on over 100 pounds since he is in the past 5 years?
No.
50?
No.
Slight, as you described it, right?
It's slight.
Okay. Now, the state got up and asked you about the relationship with Blue. Would it be fair to say that Blue started to get closer to Hakeem Robinson when his rap career started to take off?
Objection beyond the scope of cross.
Repeat the question?
If he became closer to Hakeem when his rap career started to take off.
I'm going to sustain the objection.
And the state asked you about multiple phones. Would you know whether or not Blue gave him those phones, or the phones that belonged to Hakeem were given to him by his mother?
I wouldn't know that. That's not something that he would do as far as go to get them phones, but I wouldn't know who actually got it.
He also showed you a couple of photographs of Hakeem with a sweatsuit on. Did everybody have a sweatsuit like that?
Around the time that pattern was popular, Nike was making this ashy gray and light gray black pattern weight, also with this orange. So around that time, the Nike colorway was popular.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I need to see court reporter and counsel at sidebar, and I need, yes, right now. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Robinson, I think you just answered the question. You were finished with your answer?
Yes, I am.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. May this witness be excused?
Yes.
All right, ma'am, you are excused and free to go. All right, and from defendant Hakeem Robinson? Well, let's take a recess then.
This how deep this trial runs. Family testified, record label execs admitting their role in Queso's music, and constant clashes with the judge. Kalisha Robinson's testimony stood out, not just because of her connection to Queso, but because she couldn't let the state rattle her. And with more witnesses expected, this drama isn't slowing down anytime soon. Let me know how you feel about day 6. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one.